Hello everyone. Are you guys there? Is anybody there? My hair looks insane. Let's see. I'm just gonna allow space for people to join the chat and hopefully I'm lighting up the Libra full moon candle. We have here a pink candle for the energy of Libra. Hi, Uyen High Priestess. Good morning. So I guess you guys, for me it's 6 in the afternoon. It's already around sunset. Not sure what time it is there. Yeah, it's 6 p.m. here. I'm so happy you guys got to join us. Hey, welcome. So I'm holding this huge candle in honor of Libra energy, a pink candle. It's the pink full moon that we're celebrating tonight. I am a little bit, I arrived like last minute for this live. I have to say, and I'm completely barefaced and a little bit dehydrated to be honest. I'm just gonna let people just join us. Okay, so Uyen, High Priestess, is letting me know that it's 8 a.m. where she is. Great, I'm so happy you could join. So I actually know that it's Catholic Easter, Paștele Catolic in Romanian, and I wasn't expecting a lot of people to actually show up, but I think I want to make it some sort of like tradition here. Freya, Luna, has decided to sniff my makeup. Hello, say hello to everybody. Hey, sweetie. Hey, guys. So, I was just talking about how I would like to actually show up and do lives each full moon because I think it's really important to celebrate, and I think that I need other people to celebrate with me, otherwise I forget to stop and be happy and be grateful for all the work I've been doing. I feel it's been a period where there's been so much happening. Emotionally, it's been, a roller coaster ride with everything that's been happening in the world. Every time you open up the news, it's like trauma. So it's been kind of hard to actually focus. I've been working and then looking at the media and then trying to do some family healing of my own and then trying to study and grow and develop, right, as an occult teacher. And a lot of new things have been debuted with this cycle. Bună, Alexa! And hi, Freya. I'm so happy you guys are here. Yeah, I think people are slowly kind of joining the chat. I'll allow some space for everybody to come in before I start putting on my makeup. So in the live today, I'm just gonna do my makeup as best as I can. Okay, keep in mind, I am no beauty vlogger at all. I'm just creative, that's all. And we're gonna talk about the astrology. I'm gonna pull some cards from the Muse Tarot. Yeah, we have here the Muse Tarot. And I just thought it's flowery. It has this beautiful heart chakra green anahata energy. It fits very well with Libra, right? Libra energy. It's romantic, it's just, it's fair. It loves the whining and dining and knight in shining armor, princess in the city kind of narrative, right? Libra energy, very elegant, but also very firm and likes to obey the law and likes to impose laws on other people. Hey, Laliba. Hey, James Williams. Hi, Lily. I'm so happy you guys are here. So for those of you that just joined the chat, I have here, maybe I can leave it here. I have a pink candle here on my makeshift interesting bottle display. I actually had this with some syrup and it was handmade. The bottle and the syrup were handmade by a Romanian farmer. I'm very lucky that I live nearby the Museum of the Romanian Farmer, right in the city center in Bucharest. And they have a fair each Friday until Sunday when the weather is good. A lot of farmers show up. So it's kind of like a beautiful farmer's market. And I just love my culture, and I love the life of the village. I love farmers. I love the whole religious background of my nation, and I like to support whenever I can. So I have this bottle from the syrup that I finished drinking, and then I put I buy these candles because they're cheaper if you buy them just like this. And yeah, I make my own contraption to celebrate Libra energy. I love you too, Ray Glamoribus. Ashley, hey! Hey, Olga. Hey, guys, I'm so happy to have you here, my beautiful Scorpios. I've been surrounding myself with so many Scorpios lately. My accountant is a Scorpio sun, and she's been helping me so much because it's tax season. I think in the UK, April is tax season, and Romania, May is tax season. But I just wanted to finish all the money business right before the sun goes into Taurus, and it touches upon Uranus, and it also touches upon oh, hey guys. I saw some money up here in the chat. I don't know what you guys are doing, but thank you so much. Hi, Anna. Um, if you're donating, thank you. I'm using a lot of the things that I'm getting at the moment, a lot of the donations that I'm getting from you guys, and the extra income I make from the ads on my YouTube clips. I'm using them to donate them to organizations that work on the ground with the refugees, that help protect the pets of the refugees, and doctors that give prime support to all the refugees that are coming from Ukraine into Romania. So thank you so much, guys. You know, when you give to me, you also give to my pet cat, Luna, of course. She's the queen of this household. And you're also supporting me and helping the refugees. Yeah. Thank you so much. You guys are so adorable. So James says that he's a Libra sun. Okay. Libra suns, how are you guys coping with this energy? I mean, I was honestly expecting something really shocking to happen because this Libra full moon is taking place on Putin's sun. Yeah, he's a sun in Libra in the 12th house, if you guys remember. By the way, can you guys hear me? Okay, yeah, I think you can. Let me just check the chat just to make sure that. Hey, Boram. Hey, Big A's. Hey, guys. Yeah, so I was expecting something shocking to happen in the news, but fortunately, it's not so upfront what is happening. You know, the 12th house, where Putin has his sun, is the house of secrets, of hidden enemies. So it's a lot of anxious waiting, like a Two of Swords kind of energy. The situation can go completely, you know, in a pit of destruction, or it can actually reach a hopeful resolution. And in the meantime, we're just armed and waiting, right, with the two swords in the sign of protection. So I generally have been feeling, let me just tell you a little bit about the energy and how I've been kind of getting these downloads. I've been feeling that we had to cry and we had to release a lot in the months of February and March, especially as we were nearing the Great Conjunction. A lot of tears, a lot of sadness, a lot of sleepiness. It's like the energy was like draining us, collectively draining us. And no matter what we tried to do, it's like you can't rise above, you can't swim up towards the shore to catch a breath of fresh air. But then everything kind of plateaued. As soon as the sun entered Aries, in the first week especially, there was a feeling of a void. So all of a sudden, you were drained, you were hollowed out. It's like you couldn't cry anymore. It was just so desperate that I felt like a lot of people tuned out. I also tuned out. I felt like there was some sort of split that happened internally in me. It's like, I need to keep working. I need to keep doing my thing. I cannot keep crying and I cannot keep despairing. So like a split happened, and all of a sudden you were floating in the ether, kind of not knowing exactly what's happening. And it felt empty. There was a feeling of void, of emptiness. For those of you who followed me on Instagram, I did mention this. This is the energy of Da'at in the Sephirot, in the Kabbalah. There was this idea, Hebrew mysticism, right? There was this idea of the nothingness. Similarly, I think you could associate the state with the state of Samadhi, right? That final stage of yoga where you reach the unknown, you surrender so deeply that you kind of dematerialize, and it's just you and ether. And it's the same energy that Da'at describes. And I on one level, personally, I was like, what is happening? You know, my logical mind, Libra, right? The Libra energy, the logical mind. the rational. I need to know what steps to take. I need to take control of the situation in a logical, planned, reasoned way. Let's talk about this. You know, anything has a solution if we just talk about this instead of being trigger happy. Let's patiently discuss things, yeah? And we can reach a mutually pleasing compromise. If I tell you my part and you tell me your part, we will find a solution, right? This is Libra. And it felt a little bit like, as I said, like we were dealing with the void. And it's not just me, because I've been checking in with you guys. I do it much more quicker on Instagram than I'm able to do it on YouTube. And also through the personal readings that I was creating for you guys, there was this energy of a void and a lot of things closing, so new energy could begin. Hi Zenzest, hey guys. Yes, you can definitely rewatch it, okay? Don't worry if you're not attending live. I'm really grateful for those of you that are live here because we're exchanging energy. Hi artsy girl Marilyn. So happy you guys are here. But you can always rewatch these, yeah? They're in the, I think, live category. If you click on my channel, you get to see all of them, all the full moon lives that we created so far. Yeah, so a lot of crying, a lot of desperation, a lot of intense emotions, heart chakras being opened instantaneously, right? When you saw the horrors on television, it's like instantly crying, instantly throwing up. And I don't think that's a bad sign. The fact that we cry and we throw up when we see people completely like abusing somebody else or like doing awful things, this is important. That's our humanity. We shouldn't have a normal reaction to a country just randomly invading a free country. You know, this is not normal. It's not legal. It's not okay. So I think it's perfectly fine for us to express our feelings, yeah? You don't have a problem that you have feelings, and there's nothing wrong with you trying to cope at the moment with intense, overwhelming, weird feelings. The problem is what is triggering this awful energy, and what practical steps can we take to kind of find solutions to it, to kind of manage it a little bit. And the funny thing is that following that intense emotional kind of uprising, we moved into the void, and it felt like this, especially at the beginning of April. And now, almost like in the middle point, I think from the 13th or 14th of April, so right after the great conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune, there is just a sense of incredible gratefulness. I don't even know how to describe it. I think I might just start doing my makeup because I look incredibly pale. Oh God, yeah. I've been cleaning today the whole day. I finished the whole week of personal readings, and I was so busy trying to launch as many things to work with the beautiful energy of the Aries new moon. So I was kind of trying to go against the stream, which was very difficult on an energetic level, but I knew that I had to uh, make hay while it's haste, right? Is that the American expression? I think in Romania we have an expression, bate fierul cât e cald. It's like beat the metal while it's hot, you know? Kind of going back to that period where you had a goldsmith, or you had like a, what do you call them, guys? Those guys that used to make metal and forge metals and swords. Um, make hay while sun shines. Thank you so much, Grace. An ironsmith, right? Strike the iron while it's hot. Yes, thank you, guys. My lovely, intelligent crew. You guys know what I'm talking about, you know. I do apologize on behalf of my Mercury and Pisces, okay? I do try to rein it in as much as possible. I'm so grateful for my trine. My Mercury is trine my Pluto and Scorpio. So that is really helping me keep my mind in check and do enjoy doing some investigative work, right? Not be completely all over the place. Yeah, goldsmith, blacksmith. Hey Eva, hey, my beautiful souls. I really hope that you're taking great care of yourself in this period. You know, Libra is about community, communication. And I do want to thank you so much because we saw each other through this period. Like your beautiful comments, and you guys shared with me music. A lot of you in that period when I was feeling really low, you shared with me cooking channels. And I have a really funny story to tell you, speaking of this energy and how the law of attraction and the law of manifestation works. I need to remember to hydrate because today I haven't been drinking my usual 2 liters of water a day. I've been kind of rushed to finish a lot of things in time for this live. Amy Lynn, fellow Mercury and Pisces. Ayo! Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. Okay, so the thing is that I've been following Uncle Roger, right? Uncle Roger on YouTube. It's Nigel NG, Nigel Ng, I think. I'm sorry, I am terrible at pronouncing Malaysian names, but he's absolutely wonderful. He is actually a Pisces sun, and I think that he's been attracting a lot more popularity and a lot more views and subscribers towards him because Jupiter and Neptune are now conjunct his Pisces sun. And he just makes me laugh. He's hilarious. He is so fun. And acupuncturist fixed my dislocated jaw from stress. Artsy girl Marilyn. Yes, yes. That's what I've been trying to do lately. I've been trying to find ways or channels or podcasts or music that makes me laugh. Something to help me relieve the tension, something to kind of give me hope. And Uncle Roger really helped. So if you guys don't know, please Google Uncle Roger YouTube. Have a look at his clips, they're hilarious. He criticizes other people's and especially Western ways of cooking Asian food. And you learn a lot about Asian food as well. I didn't know a lot of things about the proper way to cook rice. And following his advice, I'm actually now able to cook rice the proper way without needing to drain the rice, you know. He thinks that's a capital punishment. Draining the rice is like, you know, hiya. Uncle Roger had a video where he was challenged by an Italian, Vincenzo's Plate, so another channel where there was this Italian cook. They kind of had a standoff who can cook the best egg fried rice. And then I started following Vincenzo's Plate, and let's put some lipstick because my lips look really dry. I'm using pink again. Yeah, so I've been following Vincenzo's Plate. It kind of streamed along from me following Uncle Roger. And, you know, to be honest, I was kind of feeling a little bit, I love Italian food, but I don't like the fact that Italians are extremely passionate about the way you should cook their food. Now, after following Vincenzo's Plate, I understand why they're so passionate. Because if you generally follow the guidelines, you get really good food. Anyway, but this is not about the food. I don't want to get too much into this. I just want to show you how I started in one point. My intention was to get out of the emotional fear and anger I was feeling. And I kind of opened myself up to be entertained, to find a reason to laugh, to focus on something I can truly manage, which lately has been food, right? The North Node is in Taurus, so food, work that you can create with your own two hands, not work that comes from other people, what they are giving you. Money, you know, dealing with my taxes, dealing with the bank situation, you know, opening and closing accounts so that I don't have to pay a lot of fees because banks at the moment with their fees are crazy. So all of this is in the category North Node in Taurus, stepping in to give us a sense of stability, to give us something to hold on to as the old world is crumbling, right? Pluto and Capricorn at final degrees, and the new world is really struggling to form itself. It's in that pupae phase, right? It's in that chrysalis trying to break open, and there's that struggle as you know, the caterpillar is trying to become the beautiful butterfly. We're not there yet. We're in the struggle phase, and it hurts and it's painful, and you know, you might break your wings, so you have to be very careful and gentle, and 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards, let's do it again, you know. That's kind of the energy in the collective at the moment. So it will feel a little bit crazy. It will feel a little bit like one day you're like incredibly sad, other days you're in the void, and other days, boom, fresh energy. Wow, reality tastes so different, looks so different, smells so different. Oh my God, I'm incredibly grateful. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So, right? It's this flow. But the Libra full moon that we're celebrating here today is reminding us to keep things balanced, to take the good in combination with the bad and find the middle ground. Find a way in which we can actually see that, hey, reality is not that terrible, neither it is completely blissful, right? We can find the middle ground. We can find a way to exist in between intense opposing forces. Sorry, I had to expel some air. Okay, so I was looking at Vincenzo's Plate, yeah? And I started cooking Italian. Lately, I've been eating pasta almost every day. and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm following some of the things that he's saying about how to use the pasta water in the sauce so that you don't burn your garlic, and how the pasta water is adding flavor. And I also follow another channel called the Pasta Queen. I love her so much. She's so fierce and awesome. And she's the same, she says the same. It's like, put the pasta in the sauce, not the sauce on the pasta. And they make me laugh. They make me laugh. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're so passionate about food and cooking that it's kind of, they make me want to nourish myself better and want to prioritize pleasure when I eat, not just eating for the sake of giving my body fuel. Because I am a Saturn in the second house, and my whole life, I didn't have that great food, to be honest, while I was growing up. My mom is not such a great cook. She's trying. I have to say, I have to give her credit, but there's always been like a fraught relationship. Like, I don't know, I had a very difficult relationship to my mother, and eating from her, eating what she is giving me was always induced with shame and guilt and all sorts of like energy, like negative energy. So I had to learn to cook for myself, and I had to learn how to nourish myself properly, and that's what I'm doing at the moment, and it's really nice. It's when you have Saturn in the second house, it's about learning to adapt to pleasure, learning to nourish yourself properly, learning to take good care of your body by paying attention to what you put into it. And food is really important because it does it changes our brain structure. Research has more recently found out that everything that we put in is actually changing the structure of our brain due to the nutrients that we give our body, or the lack of nutrients, right? So again, North Node in Taurus conjunct Uranus, learning how to eat differently, learning how to consume food differently. I'm also noticing at the moment that there's increasingly a trend in using algae and marine elements, right? So this is the food of the future, guys. It's incredibly rich in vitamin C and proteins and all sorts of things. And, increasingly since 2025, we're not going to have water to water the crops in the world. So we're going to have to resort to other things that we're going to eat. Resort. I can't speak anymore. So I think algae and everything that comes from the sea is gonna continue to nourish us. How did I get to the sea? See, this is see. Anyway, I don't know, but this is the flow. So this is the Jupiterian, Piscean, Neptunian flow. You start in one place, and then it's a game of snakes and ladders, right? You go down a hole, you go up the rabbit hole. Why are we talking about a rabbit now? So my precious, hi guys, yeah, Cece, which can be interpreted in so many ways, right? You have CCTV, you have C, and then the sea, right? English is so beautiful. It has so many words and so many twists of tongues. Hi Rafi, hi Raphael, hi Abigail. Oh my God, yeah, guys. So I'm really excited. I feel also a little bit overwhelmed by everything, to be honest. I've been having some dark spots because haven't been sleeping so much. Luna has been waking me up. She wakes me up in the morning asking for her food, for her breakfast. She's like my alarm clock. So she just comes and licks my face at around 7:30 in the morning. And because of everything that I wanted to launch for you guys, I wasn't able to go back to sleep. I was just like, you know, um, climbing out of bed instantly, lotus position, saying my everyday intentions. And lately, I've been needing to do this as well because I've been waking up with a lot of heart pain. So I've been feeling really like my heart is literally aching, like it's tense. It's incredibly tense. So I wake up in the morning, lotus position, and I do my intentions. I am blessed, I am loved, I am protected, and then as you're working on your own energy, you're also you're better able, or at least I'm better able to extend this light to other people. So what begins with I am blessed, I am loved, I am protected as I'm waking up turns into bless this world, bless this nation, bless my cat, bless my family, bless my crew, right? Bless everyone. So you start blessing and blessing, and it's genuinely making a difference, right? So yeah, I'm okay, guys. I'm okay. I don't know exactly what's happening. I do think that it is part of this process of spirit getting us into our hearts, getting us to open our hearts. And I also think it's a little bit of stress. So I'm going to really take it slowly tomorrow. I do have a lot of birth charts I need to send. I have a couple of birth charts that were ordered. I haven't managed to complete them because we have so many new things. So I launched a lot of things. We have memberships right now, right? So you can be part of the light crew or you can be part of the solar crew. And light crew gets exclusive posts and badges, which I have yet to design, but I'm going to work in the next weeks to create them. And the solar crew gets exclusive videos. And all of my 18 plus sexy and sensual pick a card readings are now subscription based. This is because, well, first of all, there's this whole problem with, YouTube limiting advertisements on those clips. I'm not supposed to have a lot of advertisements on them. It's also because I have noticed that a lot of under 18-year-olds have been consuming those clips. So just to make sure that there is a boundary in between their capacity to access this content, because I do want to continue to have fun creating erotic readings for you guys. I enjoy them. I know you guys love them as well, but I don't want to feel like I'm doing something weird, by having minors partaking in this, because they're very nimble, right? This generation, the Pluto and Sagittarius, oh my God, they're so clever. They find a way. They always find a way. So yeah, I just I want to make it hard for them. Anyway, so let's see, what kind of color should I use on my face? Well, it's Libra, right? Pink on my lips, pink on this. What would go well with pink? Let's see. I have here this Makeup Revolution pat. Oh, ow. I'm just like, yeah, I'm a whole spectacle in myself, guys. Raphael, I hear what you're saying with the heart energies. I never cry, but last night I felt so much grief in my heart while feeling some love at the same time. Yes, that's exactly the energy. This is what's happening at the moment. We're in between. It's like a seesaw of emotions, right? You go down to the depths of the ocean where it's dark and cold and hopeless, and then you rise back up for a breath of fresh air like a mermaid, and it feels good. It feels lighter. It feels empowered. Like you just shrug off a lot of pressure as you are climbing up, right, from the bottom of the ocean. That's Jupiter conjunct Neptune in Pisces, right? The boundaries of our feelings at the moment are very loose and it could feel a little bit all over the place. So I think I'm going to go with, we have here Jupiter, we have Venus, we have Mars, we have Dimension. I think I'm gonna go with Venus and Dimension. Yeah, should we do that? Okay. Because Libra is ruled by Venus, and there's so much pink here that I think we're manifesting something beautiful. Oh, guys, I didn't finish my story. I'm so sorry about this. So I was talking about Vincenzo's plate and learning how to cook Italian, and lately I've been eating a lot of Italian food, and I absolutely love it. I'm eating a lot of tomatoes and basil, and I'm really trying to source pecorino cheese, which is really hard to find, but mozzarella is quite easy to find here in Romania. Anyway, and the thing is that while cooking in Italian and eating Italian food and watching Vincenzo, I have been thinking about this person. I had a fling when I was working at Edinburgh University with an Italian guy, and I started thinking about him, and lo and behold, I manifested a message from him in my email. Just like that, just by looking at Italian food, eating Italian, and thinking about him, like nostalgically, not in any way like, oh my God, there's something here. No, it's just like, I wonder what that guy's doing, I hope he's okay. And yeah, that thing happened. So lately as well, I've been following this thread with manifesting food. It was very sunny 2 days ago, and after I finished my personal readings, I went for my usual walk, and I was just feeling like really in the mood for churros. I went to Barcelona once for a conference, and I had some churros, and I was like, oh my God, this is the most delicious donut in the whole wide world. Well, it's not really a donut. It has the consistency of a donut, but it is basically like a long sausage donut. It looks like a sausage, okay? It's absolutely delicious. It's crunchy, and if you have, I like the chocolate one, you know, if you have it with like dripping hot chocolate, oh, delicious, absolutely delicious. I highly recommend that you try churros, guys. Anyway, so I was walking and it was sunny and I was thinking, I wish I was in Barcelona and I wish I had some churros, but where am I gonna find some churros in Bucharest right now? And I let that thought go. It happened that I thought about it and then I let it go. And I was walking in the park, and then all of a sudden, there was a market. Okay, there is a big market in Parcul Herăstrău here in Bucharest. For those of you who are Romanian and might want to know, go to the Herăstrău market. It's so much fun. They have food from many different cultures. And it was just random, you know, I was stumbling upon it. I didn't know that they had this market because I'm not on Facebook, I don't read cultural news. Whenever I need something, I just Google it and I find it, you know. But there was this market and they had like a lot of food trucks, and one of these food trucks was offering churros. When I saw it, I started laughing. I was just like, no, no way, no way. I just literally thought about churros an hour ago, right? And it manifested. It manifested. So, yeah, be mindful of the manifestation. There's something deeply magical happening at the moment. And for some reason, I think that if you think of pragmatic things like money, clothes, food, the North Node in Taurus is bringing it. It's bringing it into being. So I think that at the moment, for those of you who are in connections, you know, romantic connections, be a bit more pragmatic about your connection. Think about, I want to manifest a date, you know, under the moonlight. I want to have dinner with my boyfriend, or I want to manifest some hot sex, you know. So do that, exactly that. Ask for exactly for that. You need to ask for something pragmatic, and it needs to be small enough that it can be attainable, right? I mean, I didn't ask for a Lamborghini. Maybe I should, but I'm not very drawn to Lamborghini. I'm not very drawn to cars in general, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say here in a very strange way, because I'm just noticing that unlike Bailey Sarian, who is incredibly clever and funny while she's doing her makeup, I am not able to do two things at the same time with that same intelligence and mastery. But then again, Bailey Sarian, you know, whatever she does and she touches is gold because she's a Sagittarius sun, and we all wish we were Sagittarius suns, right? Or I don't know. I'm actually quite happy with my sun sign, but I have to say that the energy that has been, or I've been growing into my sun sign, because I was really, really sad to find out I'm a Pisces when I was 15 years old. I felt like I really pulled the final straw at the lottery, you know? I wanted to be either a Sagittarius or a Leo. But then again, I ended up being a fish. But now in time, I started loving this sign. I'm trying to understand it the older I grow. By the way, these earrings were given to me by Miriam. They're absolutely sweet. They're also, it's like azure, light blue. So again, another color for Libra season is blue. And I actually bought 2 candles today. I got this baby blue and the pink. Whenever I see baby blue and pink, I think of Bridget Jones's Diary, you know, Fräulein and Frau Boy. I don't know if you guys remember that scene, but she's so, so sweet. Calypso's Portal, hi! Hey guys, vroom vroom. Yeah, we should type we get it at Alexa. Oh guys, you're the best. You're so, so sweet. Let me know. I mean, you know what we should be doing to celebrate this new moon? Let's flood the chat. Let's flood the chat with a lot of Libra elements. So either you can use the Libra glyph and like type it 10 times, or let's use roses, right? Roses, tulips, what other emojis do we have? Hibiscus, right? The hibiscus flower is really beautiful. Let's also use a lot of pink hearts, purple hearts, baby blue hearts. Yes, exactly. Semi-Precious started doing it. Yeah, her bunny costume. Yeah, from Bridget Jones, her bunny costume. Bridget Jones is very Libra to me, you know, the character, not the actress who plays it. The actress who plays it, interestingly enough, yeah, exactly. Malika has started spreading all these flowers in the chat. And Olga, thank you guys so much. And Nina Rose. Yeah, The actress who plays Bridget Jones, Renée Zellweger, she is also Venusian, but she's the earthy Venusian. She's a Taurus sun, and her birthday is coming up soon. I don't even know how old she is, because I don't know, she seems timelessly beautiful to me. Sorry, guys, I'm drinking mineral water, and this is why I feel the need to expel some air, okay? We're not gonna call it burping. We're gonna be very Libra about it. We're gonna PR our lower needs. And we're gonna say, I'm expelling some air, my love. I'm not burping. Burping is for the lower classes. Sorry, that's kind of like, fancy schmancy, a little bit lower vibrational Libra energy, when you are the dilettante, right? When you are the socialite, that is all looks and no substance. Higher minded Libra energy is art, is poetry, is beauty, is negotiation, is justice. Yeah, right. The iron fist in the velvet glove, Margaret Thatcher kind of vibration. Although Margaret Thatcher, she wasn't really accepting of her femininity, and I think this is that was the reason for her downfall. A lot of Libras, I've noticed, they have some problem kind of accepting their gender, so they tend to stray towards the other gender. I've noticed a lot of Libra men who don't feel comfortable being male, and they tend to kind of adopt more feminine energy. And a lot of Libra women who don't like at all the fact that they're women, and they become very rough and tough. And the shadow of Libra is Aries, right? So impulsivity, aggression, what would other characteristics, yeah, even violence. I would say Libra is more about verbal violence, if it comes to that, more than any other kind of violence. So let's keep it moving with the makeup. But again, these traits don't really characterize all of Aries energy. Aries energy is incredibly creative, charismatic, it's exciting, right? Aries are very playful, right? They're very much like, I feel it, I just want to go and do it. And it can be so liberating to be around them. It can be so liberating to be around a person that doesn't give an F about what other people think about them. And they just do what they want. They get what they want. I really enjoy that kind of energy. Then again, I mentioned it in a post earlier. This whole Aries energy, we are in Aries season at the moment, right? So the sun is opposing this full moon in Libra. And I did talk about politically, Putin has his sun conjunct this full moon in his 12th house, the house of secrets. But at the same time, we also have two really important political players. So there is the mayor of Kiev. I keep mixing them up. It's Vladimir Klitschko. Am I saying that correctly? He has a brother, and his brother is a boxer and a famous celebrity that used to be married to Hayden Panettiere, the American actress. Um, I keep mixing their names up. Wait, let's see. Mayor of Kiev. Because it's interesting. Okay, yeah, so Vitaly Klitschko is the mayor of Kiev at the moment. He's a sun in Cancer. So he's really pummeled at the moment by all this Pluto and Capricorn opposite his sun energy, right? But his brother, Vladimir Klitschko, is a sun in Aries. And it's interesting because also Lavrov, the military right hand of Putin, and the guy I affectionately like to call Dr. Death, because he's just horrifying. Every time I look at him, the energy just hits me in the face with the wounding that man has in his aura, and that he's now projecting into this military enterprise. He is also a sun in Aries. So it's interesting because we have like an Ukrainian sun in Aries that is a really important political player at the moment. And we have a Russian sun in Aries, again, a really important political player in this conflict. And their energy is going to be really amped up from the 10th of May when Jupiter is going to enter into Aries. It's not going to be at all a settled summer, guys. So just a heads up, if you have any long-standing tax, money, banking things, solve them before the sun hits Taurus, and solve them before Jupiter enters Aries, because I'm not sure why, but I can't really see further than that period. It's really strange, but I kept trying to think So what would August be about? So what would September be about? What would October be about? And it's kind of like I'm getting a block. It's like May. You need to reach May. And it's really strange. I don't know what this energy is trying to tell me. Let's see what the tarot has to say, okay? Let's just ask. Maybe if I'm actually doing this in combination with you guys, maybe if we ask the tarot, Raphael, in terms of politics, I pray Le Pen doesn't add her grain of hatred in the mix. Oh my God, yes. It's like we didn't have enough things to worry about. Now we need to worry about the French election. And I know at the moment the French people have to choose between two awful things, you know. It's like, it's not like Macron is any better, right? He's supporting the interests of the rich. I think that he's power hungry as well. His sun is in Capricorn and Pluto is on his sun, so this is a very much like, I'm grabbing power by the balls and I'll do whatever I please, and whoever stands in front of my way will be squashed, you know? That's the kind of energy we've been dealing with in politics. It's like there is no more that democratic dialogue. It's all about my will, right? Iron fist. And this is what we need to revolt and rebel against. So yeah, my heart goes out to all the French people because they have a really important choice between two awful situations, right? It's Macron, continue as we were, or Le Pen, which is, she might actually support Putin in the continuous invasion of Ukraine, which is, stirring up a deep feeling of hatred and anger inside of me, which I'm trying to kind of cope with. But yeah, because I get these feelings as well, guys. Just because I'm on a spiritual path, that doesn't mean I'm human and I don't feel these things. It's just because those of us that are on a spiritual path, I think we're better able to have these deep moments of detachment. It's like you feel the feeling, and as you are feeling the feeling, you catch yourself in the process of observing yourself from the outside. Another small thing that I need to say, this happened to me. A guy almost hit me with a car a couple of days ago. I was walking, regulamentary. I was following the law, right? I was walking on green. There was a zebra. I was okay, I was a very conscientious pedestrian. But this guy wasn't paying attention because I think he was on his phone, and the car stopped right here next to my leg, right? This was my leg and this was his side of the car. And I just continued walking, very calm, not triggered. I was like, shit happens sometimes. Maybe he wasn't paying attention. I don't care. I just want to cross the road because I had bags with me from the grocery store. But he, he felt the need to argue with me, right? Instead of acknowledging his responsibility, he's part of the responsibility in this situation. He actually he lowered the window of his car and he was like, domnișoară, like using that derogatory term that some Romanian patriarchal men like to use with women, calling you young lady, even though you clearly don't look like a young lady, although that can be flattering, I can admit. And he was just like trying to school me into crossing the street properly, right? And I could just hear him behind me. And I was like, I have a choice, right? So I was aware of the fact that I had a choice. Again, this is also part of the spiritual path. You're aware that I could continue walking forward, I could turn around and talk to him, or I could just smash his car or do something equally revolting, I had a variety of choices. And in that moment, I don't know what happened to me that night, but I turned around and I was like, I confronted him verbally. So I was like, what do you have to say? What is your problem, dude? It's like, did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? And he continued, like, he was a little bit shocked that I responded, first of all. And then he continued, like, saying to me that I need to learn how to cross the street because this was not like a regulamentary crossing and I could have really endangered his car. So I like the fact that he cared more. I like the fact that he cared more about his car than about hitting another human being. But, let's put this to the side. But the thing is that as I was kind of like arguing with him and raising my voice at him and kind of like really pushing back the negative energy that he was sending me, I started laughing. I started laughing. It was so weird. But I kind of felt in the middle of arguing with him, I started to feel a lot of like affection. And I started to realize, this is so ridiculous. Why are we arguing? He's just a dude who wants to go home. I'm just a girl who wants to cross the street and go home, you know? Why are we arguing? And I don't know, it was so weird because I started laughing and obviously the whole conflicting situation kind of fizzled out. And I turned around and I was just like, I waved a hand at him and I just turned around and crossed the street, you know. And he was the same. He was like, fine, okay, if you don't want to listen to me, fine, you know. But it was really weird, right? The moment during that conflict, how aware I was of the many opportunities I had. Should I engage? Should I not engage? Should I ignore? Should I walk away? What should I do? But in that moment, I think my North Node in Aries conjunct my Jupiter was like, push back. And lately I've been trying to push back. I'm not taking it, you know, I'm pushing back. If you have something to tell me, say it to my face, but be ready because I'm going to answer back and I'm going to say it to your face. And in the middle of these situations, we can also find moments of laughter because you understand how ridiculous arguments are and how ridiculous these energies are, you know. But anyway, you know, all's well that ends well. I just wanted to share this with you guys to try to help you understand how Aries energy can work with Libra energy, right? So arguments that can don't necessarily need to lead to conflict, but in a way, I feel that it's important from time to time to stand up for yourself. You know, I usually just ignore. I ignore comments. I ignore wolf whistles on the street. You know, all sorts of like random comments that I get. I get a lot of criticism. I get a lot of negativity from people. I've been getting it since I was little. It's part of the reason why I'm in this profession, to try to understand why is this happening, you know? How can I cope with it? How can I learn from this without hating mankind and hating my life? And yeah, you just get these moments when I think this was a very Manipura moment, solar plexus energy. It's kind of like the courage to kind of fight back and like push this energy backwards. So it wasn't that I really wanted to argue with that guy. It's just that I didn't want him to dump his attitude on me, you know, like I believed in what I was doing and I knew I wasn't in the wrong. I was crossing in a very normal, proper way. But anyway, now the cards that dropped at the table, because I was shuffling from the Muse Tarot, are the Seven of Emotions. So we see here Pisces energy, right? All over the place. The Seven of Emotions is about having your fingers in many different pots and not knowing which way to go, being in that situation of deep exaltation, but also, do you believe humans can sell their souls? What? Callously, hi, Alaka. Yeah, exactly. So you guys are sharing at the moment that you've been through similar situations where you're not sure whether you should fight back or just, you know, pull back. It depends on what you feel called to do in that moment, okay? That's why using our intuition is so, so important at the moment to help us navigate through these many options, pitfalls, right? It's a game. I mean, the Seven of Cups shows an individual in the traditional Rider-Waite, an individual that is kind of like has opened Pandora's box. But some of the monsters in Pandora's box, they look like cookies, they look like gold, they look like a hot opportunity for a romantic encounter. So which one should you go for? Which one would actually take you closer to heaven or one step near hell? For those of you that, some of you have been contacting me lately to ask me about hell, you know, and is it true that our souls go to hell? Like, what I have to tell you guys is that, why do you think that hell is something that is in another dimension? Look around you. Look around you. Poverty, rapes, domestic violence, children losing their parents, taxes upon taxes upon taxes, slavery, sex trafficking. Hell is here. We are living it. It's not like a space where you're going to go to if you have been bad. We are already living it. This is the reality that we are living here. This is karma loka, right? The space where karma is being dished out. There are consequences for our actions. This is earth ruled energy, right? That's why Pluto and Capricorn is so powerful, because Capricorn rules the material world, Saturn, what we touch, what is in front of us. It has nothing to do with spirituality and sensuality and ascent, and it's all about, you know, what I see is what I get, you know. How can I use you for that specific purpose that I need to use you for? It's about stoic, harsh, difficult, painful connections. there, I mean, Capricorn energy, I don't want to be like too rude about it, but lately it's been getting to me because the final degrees of Pluto and Capricorn, I mean, as much as I want to big up Capricorn energy, it's just been so difficult, right? But there is the higher form of Capricorn energy, the sea goat, right? The spirituality and the wisdom that you can gain from looking back, the benefit of hindsight. I've been through so much hardship, I managed to overcome them, and now I've become wiser. And there are a lot of Capricorn artists and philosophers and actors and teachers that I look up to, you know. But yeah, I think I'm quite emotional about the damage that Pluto and Capricorn is doing and how you generally feel at the moment like demonic forces are unleashed onto the world. You know, you generally feel as if we are living it. We are living the hell that the Bible has described. It's not a space somewhere floating where it's very fiery and it smells of sulfur. No, hell is what you see on television at the moment, what the Russians are doing to Ukraine. Hell is what is happening at the moment with Syria, right? Hell is, the crisis, the food crisis in Yemen and Sudan, right? It's what's happening at the moment in Afghanistan. This is hell. It's having your divine willpower trampled by another individual's willpower. It's not having that tolerance, that openness, that kindness, yeah? So we have here the second card that dropped to the table, the Chariot. And the Chariot is Cancer energy. It's interesting because this is connected to the legend of Alexander the Great entering into, I forgot which one was it. Was it Alexandria? The city that apparently was named after him. He entered a really big city following the conquest of Asia Minor, I think. Like some of the historical facts, I'm sorry guys, I'm kind of mixing them up. But anyway, this card initially was created to exemplify that energy. Alexander the Great on his great chariot, right? So kind of like the emperor moving forward, the emperor, card number 4, moving forward with the conquest, with the intentions. And the chariot is also about blending our shadow aspects with our solar conscious aspects, yeah? Alexander the Great, Alexandria, yes. Yeah. Hey guys, Rivera. So Satanists that sell their souls are just crazy. Oh, are there people selling their souls? Like what, on the dark web? Yeah. Well, I don't know exactly what to tell you guys with that thing, with selling your soul. I guess you would need to know for sure that you have complete control over your soul. And how do you know that? Like, you can sell your identity, right? You can sell your identity pass. You can sell your social security number. You can sell body parts, right? You can sell an arm, you can sell your hair, your eyelashes. You can sell or trade your organs or use them to get money by having sexual intercourse with other people, right? Some people sell the fruits of their womb, right? With the gestational carriers at the moment. But how can you sell your soul? How are you sure that you own your soul? I don't think the soul is something that you can own. The soul is something that is incarnate. And when we die, it is free. Or it goes into a different dimension. Potentially it takes a loop of a couple of centuries and then it gets incarnated again, depending on your Akashic records, your karmic debt, right? If you're lucky enough, you don't get incarnated. You reach nirvana and you escape, right? And if you're unlucky, you get incarnated. And all of this happens again. The pain, the growth, the pleasure, the life, the decisions. So I'm not sure about those Saturns, guys. I'm not sure. Just, do you own your soul? Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see, what other things you guys are talking here about? Xena Warrior. If the comments get too weird, I'm out of here, guys. Yeah, okay. Yeah, why are we talking about like demonic rituals? Who is in here talking about demonic rituals? Can we just please change the conversation? Oh, I think it's because I was talking about Pluto and Capricorn and the fact that we are at the moment living in what might be considered hell. Yeah. So what I see here is that at the moment with the Chariot and the Seven of Cups is basically the fact that we need to keep pushing through these really confusing wait, it's like it got stuck on my screen. Through these really confusing energies. Yeah. We need to keep pushing through. And in the process of pushing through, we're also we're kind of regaining our faith, if that makes sense. I've noticed that in previous lives, I was using the mirror that I have here to do my makeup, but now I have a mirror over here. So basically, I can do this, yeah? So bringing a lot of light even in my makeup. I do need to tell you guys that at the moment with the Seven of Cups showing up on the table, yeah, it's been a roller coaster ride, and there's also the need to push forward. So exactly like the Chariot has appeared to show us, but there's also the need to rest, and kind of like coming to a state of deep peace requires a lot of focus at the moment. Yeah, so it's kind of like there's the need for inner peace and the daily discipline to come back to a state of alignment, to a state of peace. Yeah, exactly. The Hanged Muse. Look. Xena Warrior, I don't think that we should control too much what people are saying. That's another thing with Libra, right? We've reached a state collectively with so much political correctness, so many people being triggered at the merest sight of having a difficult conversation, that we are talking about so many superficial things and we're not actually talking about the things that matter. So Libra energy is a lot about reclaiming dialogue. We need to talk about a lot of uncomfortable things. We can't just keep saying that, oh, I don't like your idea, I don't like your moral attitude, I'm just going to shut down on this conversation. Because this is why we are experiencing so much ghosting, so much poor dialogue, so many people using sarcasm instead of actually saying what they mean. We need to be able to have difficult conversations, you know? And we need to be able to not be so emotional when we're having these conversations. This is Libra energy again. Being able to be non-partisan, holding your emotions in as you're generally paying attention to what that other person is trying to say. Where are they coming from? Holding different opinions in our mind until we are able to actually understand what should we do about this. Like a judge, right? Like a judge. You need to listen to the defense and you need to listen to the accusation. And in the end, you reach a conclusion. You also collect facts, or you get other people to bring you facts. And in the end, you maintain your verdict, you know, or you attribute a code of law in combination with the verdict of the jury and with your own personal opinion of what has happened. So that's the construction of objectivity, right? But in order for us to reach a state of objectivity again, a stage of true dialogue, we need to be able to listen to each other's ideas. We can't just get up and go just because somebody has said, oh, you're talking about the devil right now, I don't want to talk about that, you know, or, oh, you're bringing me down with your ideas. Well, it depends on how that situation is being exposed. You know, if it's constant criticism, day by day, it adds up, you know, like a drip method, right? Then, yeah, maybe in that case it is toxic. But, for example, wait, I'm doing the same thing with the mirror. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to use the mirror here because it's more convenient. But at the same time, you know, as I said, with Libra energy, we need to be able to listen to each other even when the other person is saying something we don't like. Yeah, so it's the whole point of carrying through a dialogue, no matter how difficult it is. I'm using like this blue eyeshadow that I recently got. I'm really into colorful, it's not eyeshadow, sorry, eyeliner. So on top of my pink Venusian eyeshadow, I'm using this blue eyeliner. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's kind of good. I'm still trying to combine the blue with the pink for Libra season, Libra energy. Okay. Oof, it's so difficult to try to speak at the same time as doing your makeup, right? I also think that doing your makeup, the reason why I enjoy it, much like cooking, can be quite a zen flow experience. You know, guys, like that psychologist, I think it was Mihaly, if I'm pronounced that correctly. I'm pretty sure I haven't because I don't know Hungarian, so I do apologize for my Hungarian friends. I do know that he's American Hungarian or something like that. He's a psychotherapist that wrote a book called The Psychology of Flow, and he describes these kind of activities, you know, counting pennies, organizing your wardrobe, or doing something like crafting something, right? Painting a picture. These are flow activities. And doing your makeup and actually cooking as well can be flow activities, so they can be deeply relaxing. But the thing is that they're not very relaxing when you have to do something else at the same time. So I do think that part of the reason why we are so stressed and our attention span is so limited is the fact that we constantly feel the need to do two things at the same time to be efficient. And that's why on my channel sometimes I like to take it slow. I think that silence is so underrated and it's so beautiful when you get silence. It just brings you into a state of deep calm. I've been doing these really beautiful midnight vigil moments, like I'm awake at midnight and I just sit on a chair and I look outside my window and I don't ask for anything. I don't do anything. I just wait. I just wait to see what visions come up, what ideas, what feelings come up. And I've been doing this regularly, especially in the period right before the invasion began, because I was feeling very sad and I was trying to understand, why am I feeling so sad? And that's another thing, because in November last year, all throughout November and beginning of December, I had a lot of nightmares. And I just didn't understand why I had them. I thought it was because I was trying to energetically detach myself from this guy I was dating who was very obsessed with me in a very negative way. And I just genuinely thought that it had to do with that. You know, I thought I was needing to cleanse myself of his energy, or that energy was triggering something about my own patterns of healing and my relationship to my parents. But then the nightmare stopped mid-December, and since then I've been dreaming, almost like I've been having a lot of dreams about the sun, and a lot of dreams about desert-like environments. That's why it was so powerful when I watched Dune for my birthday. I just randomly, I was in this hotel room because I went to the mountainside, and they had HBO Max, and it just happened. And I realized, oh, I forgot to watch Dune. And wow, it just so happened that it was right on the night of my birthday, and I watched it, and it was so sumptuous and beautiful. And it reminded me of a lot of the dreams I was having right about that period. So I'm not sure. I think that this could be connected to the solar flares that we've been having, because the sun has been so active, right? The sun has been emitting these solar flares, and it was one a couple of days ago. I posted about it. We had another one on the 31st of March, and then there was another one right on the day of the invasion of Ukraine. So these periods of solar disquiet are really affecting the way we feel, the way we integrate a lot of things here in on Earth. For example, I can tell you another thing, another weird symptom. My hair is actually, like, one of the symptoms is the fact that I keep washing my hair lately, and I've been nourishing with the banana mask and all sorts of other things, and it never feels clean. I feel like my crown chakra is incredibly stuffed, like daily, you know, and I try to meditate, I cleanse it, and I wash my hair regularly, but it just feels very, ugh, you know, messy, clogged. Another symptom that I had is that I wake up some days feeling incredibly thin and other days feeling incredibly bloated. Like there's some sort of energy constantly attaching itself to me. And look, I can even burn some sage at the moment. to cleanse. Yeah, yeah, let's see what you guys are saying, because I've been focused so much on everything else. Tam Tahnina Mili, I feel like I'm having a long dark night of the soul. Yeah, this whole week I kept dreaming about my crush, Alexa. Lots of solar flares and solar winds. Yeah, this whole week I had intense dreams every night. I've never had them so many times in a row. Ashley, hello. Um, it's funny because I'm doing the dishes right now. Izu small might. Ah, that's so cute. Yeah, so I think it's so important to keep cleansing, to keep sticking to these daily things. I was reading today that a woman that, for example, when her town of Irpin was bombed by the Russians, she started putting on the washing machine because she didn't want to hear the sound of the bombs. She was just focused on the fact that she's not going to leave her home and she wants to hear the sound of her washing machine, because that made her sane in that moment. And I just thought that was so touching. It's like human resilience, human ways in which we grasp on the normal during completely abnormal times. And this is what the North Node in Taurus is teaching us about at the moment, right? And there are moments like, for example, the one that we experienced in this live chat today, when we were talking a little bit about the demonic energy in the collective, right? Pluto and Capricorn at final degrees, and how I believe that on some level we are living hell. Um, there are some moments when the energy can dip very quickly. The energy can get very quickly very low and depressed. But the important thing is to learn how to swim with this energy, right? Like the two fish, you never just sit still. Pisces is a flexible sign. And the energy that we have at the moment in the collective, it's about swimming high and swimming low, swimming high and swimming low. So when you catch yourself afraid, angry, on a rant, grab yourself back up, pull yourself out of it. Yeah, Libra energy. It's like, let's look at the facts once again. Let's change our energy. Let's do our makeup. Let's wash the dishes, you know? Let's focus on food. Food is important, okay? We're gonna eat now and then we're gonna figure things out later, yeah? As the Italians say it, e ora si mangia. Yeah, so it's been a really interesting week. I've also been feeling a lot of love energy. Thank God. It's been feeling a little bit lighter this week than all the previous ones since the whole invasion started, since we had that massive solar discharge on the 24th of February. God, it just feels like we lived like 6 years in a couple of months. I also feel incredibly aged by this whole experience. I feel like my skin and my hair and everything has been, you know, I aged in the last 2 months more than I did in the last 5 years, you know. But thank God, I hope that right now I'm actually looking my age so that people will stop asking for my ID or calling me young lady on the street, you know, to teach me a lesson. Anyway, cheers to the full moon in Libra. I'm actually just, this is mineral water, but cheers anyway. Uh, and I think this is it for the live. We debuted Astro Babes. We debuted the memberships. Yeah, we have the light crew and the solar crew. Bleh. I'm a little bit tired, guys. I'm sorry, but I am a little bit tired, I have to say. But nonetheless, I wanted to do this live with you guys here tonight. What other things? It's the Love Asteroid reports. I already got my first orders in. I introduced it to you guys on the video how to book services with me, because I know a couple of you have been wondering, how do I book a reading? Well, now you know, there's a video describing it. I constantly rely on this period on your feedback. So because this North Node in Taurus is happening in my 7th house, it's a lot about relating to other people, communicating with them so I can actually fulfill my goals. Let me know, give me feedback on some of these new things that I debuted. I think, well, I have another surprise for you guys. I'm debuting a new series as well. So you hear it here the first time. I was supposed to finish it by today, but I am having so much fun in the editing process of this new series that I kind of got carried away this week because I'm collecting some GIFs, I'm collecting some music, and there's a particular time era that I'm looking at. So yeah, there's something interesting coming up for you guys in the next days. Sadly, I wanted to use it with the energy of the growing energy of the moon, but it's just, I just didn't have enough energy. I just didn't have enough time, you know. And I kind of really enjoy the process of creating, which can sometimes, you know, when you're in the flow, when you're in the loop of creating, you can really enjoy it. And then all of a sudden you look at the clock and it's like, what? I've been focused on this small thing for the last 2 hours. Oh my God, you know, and then you feel guilty for enjoying the creative flow. But I think that if you're going through similar episodes at the moment of just going away with the fairies for a couple of moments, of just randomly daydreaming, of maybe not being as productive or as efficient as you would normally be, this is the energy that we have at the moment, guys. Use it. It's really beautiful once you learn how to navigate with it, and try not to feel too guilty about it. You know, you're not wasting time and you're not losing anything that isn't already yours, you know. And yeah, keep reminding yourself that if you think that what we're going through feels like hell, it can also be heaven. And we have the capacity within ourselves to both create circumstances of deep kindness and tenderness and wonderful energy, and also circumstances of betrayal and deceit and lies and using each other, right? Libra reminds us of that, right? This is beautiful pink energy, and pink is a combination of red and white, yeah? So again, purity and passion, right? Heaven and hell. Mars and Venus, right? Making a baby. And the baby in this case is our little Cupid here. Yeah, the god of love. So I hope this makes sense. I don't know. I never, you know, when you're doing what I'm doing, if you're not asking yourself at least twice a day, am I losing my mind and does this make sense? Then you're not doing it properly. I generally think that, you know, you constantly need to keep yourself in check. Anyway, guys, is anybody else left in the chat? Let's see. Lenal, some of you are actually just tuning in right now. Yeah, okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. Let me know down in the comments what other topics should we talk about next time. So this time I just wanted to talk to you about this weird energy with the void and the crying and the tears, and also the deep states of bliss and the deep and beautiful 5D connections that are happening at the moment, and how these manifestations happen, right? How North Node in Taurus is working with Jupiter conjunct Neptune in Pisces, and how if you allow yourself to just flow, like I gave you the example with Uncle Roger, and how I went from one thing and it took me all the way to the other thing. And, and I had to go through Italian cuisine to reach churros in the park. But there is something beautiful manifesting. And even if you feel like you've lost your faith, even if you feel like you can't manifest, change what you feel you can manifest. Don't give up on it completely. Yeah? Change the way you do things, shake them up a little bit, break a pattern. Yeah, break the pattern. Maybe one final example to give you: if you're trying online dating at the moment, and you usually go about, just as an example, yeah, if you're trying to meet somebody, right, and you're trying online dating, and you would normally make an account and then look at the picture of each person and gently consider, is this person for me? Are they hot? Is the age corresponding? Is the sun sign corresponding? Break that pattern. Don't do things as you used to do them. Just like everybody. Like. Because anyway, it's a ridiculous thing to actually judge a person by all of those rational, detached quantifiables, right? It's like a picture. What can a picture say about a person, you know? Or their sun sign. You need to look at their whole chart to truly understand that individual. So, like everybody and see what happens, you know? Play with the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. See what comes out from the ether once you've opened yourself up to all possibilities. And that's just one example, you know? Another example could be the cooking thing that I told you about. So, I used to eat just for fuel and not for pleasure. And recently, because I've opened myself up to the idea of being nourished, now I'm really, really enjoying eating for pleasure, you know? So break that pattern, you know? Think outside of the box, do something slightly different, and see how much you grow in this period, okay? And also, dare to have difficult conversations. This is what Libra is about, right? Difficult conversations. Stand up, fight, fight verbally, but also leave room for random humor to come through your conversation, okay? It's not only about being right. As I gave you the example with me having that traffic argument with that guy in the car, yeah? So again, this is another way in which this energy can work through. Don't just cancel people because they said one thing. Listen to where they're coming from, okay? And you can agree to disagree in a very gentle, fun, humorous way. But I think it's important for our own maturity and inner strength to be able to have difficult conversations. Not just to get up and leave every time somebody says something that we don't like. So yeah, these are the take-home message. I'm pretty sleepy. I think I'm just gonna drop into bed. I wish you so much good luck. What should we wish each other for Libra full moon? Clarity, depth perception, feeling as if you can exist in harmony even though there's chaos around. The capacity to think beautifully, and to relate from a place of curiosity with each other. Yeah. So stay blessed. Thank you so much for being here tonight with me, my loves, and I hope to see you in my next one. Mwah. Bye. How do I stop this?